Let's bring in our good friend Leo Ezerins. Uncle Leo. Didn't it look great down here in South Florida, Leo? When are you coming to visit, Leo? What the hell? Oh, you were watching. You wanted to flash your ring.
Watching.
Harold Bell.
My ring and
guess.
One of my favorite pitchers.
Let me guess. You love Harold Ballard.
He was an enigma, but I tell you, he loved he liked his players, but his sidekick King Clancy loved his players. They would get there 3 or 4 hours before the game, and King would be talking up the locker room with Harold, and Harold was basically just wanted to get up to the box to get to the game. But I tell you what, when we won, and we gave him his only championship ring ever with the Leafs or the Marlies, he treated us right.
You were watching earlier. The viewer said that it was all about Harold Ballard when the Tiger Cats won in 1986. What does he mean by that? Is that correct?
I'm not quite sure what he means by that. Certainly, he liked the limelight, and I think he was pretty excited to have a winning championship team for a while. I know he treated the players at that time really well. I mean, you may argue that he was tight with his money, but he stretched it far, and we wound up winning a championship under his ownership. He was a character. Yeah. I mean, he's a Canadian icon. Let's face it, one way or the other, like the guy or not, right? He was a character.
Well, listen, you and I have spent a great deal of time.
Yeah, there's some stories I can tell. But not on the show.
Well, let's do it at Touchdown Atlantic. Let's do a hot stove or something, Leo. Maybe.
Yeah.
Hey, stop. We're going down the road we don't have time for. I said you put on the best event every year, a Grey Cup, the Legends Lunch. So let's skip ahead to that. Our ticket sales going for that this year in Vancouver.
Well, we're really happy. Our goal is to hit 500 plus, and I'm sure we'll achieve that. 500, and the more the merrier. Bring it on. It's a fan-friendly event. Room full of wear your team colors. All the alumni should be wearing their team colors as well. It's casual, informal, with a lot going on.
Can you divulge any of the program, or would you like to keep it?
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. One of the highlights is we honor some former players that have given back to the community, and that's what the Alumni Association is all about. The local and national alumni associations are all about. This year we'll be honoring the CFL Alumni of the Year. There's 2 this year from BC, and that would be Jamie Terrace, who's never left the BC Lions building. He's played as a player and working in community services. He's been he was a player for 16 years in the community relations for another 16. Corey Philpott, a name we all recognize. His legacy lives on in Montreal. And then J.R. LaRose will be honored with our Indigenous Champion Award, where we honor Indigenous either coach or football player that we target for those that have played in the CFL, but not necessarily. So, that's the roster of awards. Joining them or leading them will be Jamie Terrace. Angus Reid will be leading as the MC. Most people will be familiar with Angus Reid. He's as a player, and he's done a lot of work post-career. And then we'll be joined by TNS analysts Milt Stiegel and Jim Barker. So we'll have hot stoves. We'll have opportunities to engage with the alumni. It's pretty open. It's we'll have some fun. End of the day, people
Why
will
would you
get a
have that
chance.
bum Barker on there? Why would you have that bum Barker on there?
Well, I thought if he was, bad enough for the RP show, he'd be good enough for us.
Hey, by the way, Dirty 30, Jim Young watches this show every day, and I'll guarantee you he'll be there. He writes in and he just says, Vernon Adams is probably well enough to play. If the Lions play them with whoever's hot at the time, they will probably do well. One thing Wally Buono always did well was having two good quarterbacks ready. Let's hope they're ready. I'm just going to throw that in there because Jim Young, I've seen him. I've seen him at your events. He's one of the greatest guys that comes to these things every year, isn't he, Jim Young?
Yeah, him and a bunch of other guys that quietly, not so quietly, that attend the events. I mean, there's been a whole roster over the years. I mean, I want to mention this is the 15th year anniversary of the event. It's kicked off in 2009 in Calgary, and this year will be number 15. So we'll have a few surprises. We've always had a few surprises over the years. Some, depending on who you talk to, notorious. One in particular, the Moscow Cap incident.
Well,
and that actually
put you on the map.
It really did.
It'll put you on the map.
I mean, we're it was on NFL Today, Dr. Phil show. Ange was on the Dr. Phil show. I mean, that was in 2010, and the number of hits we got on that was absolutely incredible. In today's world, would have been very incredible. But it was, so it was, it's been a lot of fun over time.
Millions. Okay. If Joe Cap and Angelo Mosca brawling at this event in 2011 didn't kill it, and me emceeing it in 2013 didn't kill it, nothing ever will. But I don't think I've ever asked you this. Was that fight real or staged, Leo?
I did everything I could because there were hard feelings. Publicly there was hard feelings, and I checked in with Norm Fieldgate and a bunch of the Lions alumni and talked to Ange about it, talked to Joe. Hey, listen, we're going to be okay. Nothing bad's going to happen up there, right? And it turned out to be what it turned out to be. there was a grudge, and Joe Cap being the toughest Chicano in NFL at the time, I think that's one of the monikers he used. It was a little upset, and him and Ange is not going to take it from anybody, particularly Joe Cap. So what happened.
Well, this probably won't surprise you, and I've probably told you this. I mean, you're from Vancouver. The next night, Angie was getting off the escalator at the Pan Pacific Hotel. I was getting on. He had his cane. And I said, Angie, was that real or made up yesterday? He waved his cane in my face. He goes, you'll never know. And kept walking, which probably doesn't surprise you,
right.
Leo. Listen, if we haven't sold this enough yet, I couldn't imagine what else we could say that would make people want to go.
I think hold on, please. What's important to remember is it's a fundraiser. It's a collaboration between the CFL Alumni Association, local BC Lions Alumni Association, the Grey Cup Festival, and the CFL. We're all working together to make this happen, and the purpose of it all is to raise funds for our CFL Alumni Support Fund, a fund that we put together, provide us purpose to help out those former players and their families that are financially challenged and that may be in some medical need or just life circumstance need, anything from helping out with rent arrears to surgeries. So I think that's what's important to remember. I mean, that's the part of it. It's a fundraiser. It's not anything more than that. We make some money to operate our associations, but I think it's important that we'll all be giving back. Those in attendance, we'll all be giving it back to contribute back to the CFL, and do our part to make it stronger.
Where can people get the tickets, Leo?
The Grey Cup Festival website. I think it's just greykupfestival2024.ca. Alumni, if you have any questions, you can contact me directly. There's an opportunity for a complimentary ticket. So I'm at leo@cflaa.ca. So, those are the other couple of ways. And if anybody's free to send me an email, have any questions or comments, it'd be much appreciated.
Awesome, man. Okay, Leo, that's got it. Unfortunately, we're out of time, but it's always great seeing your smiling face. You're getting younger,
that's
Leo.
It. Rod.
That's it. You always, I'm in charge. I'm in charge.
Oh, yeah,
Leo.
give you that opportunity. Thank you very much for having me on this show. You know what? And I just want to say thanks all you do for the CFL and all you do in the recovery community. It's important stuff that you're doing, my friend. Uncle Rod.
I love them both. And you too. Yes, love you too, Leo. Hey, I plan to see you in Vancouver, my man. You too. Don't tell anybody. Thanks, Leo. You too.
You're gonna be there?
Appreciate you. Look at that. He must have new teeth or something. Get him off the screen. Looks like he's got new teeth or something. I don't know what it is. He's looking young.